Let's talk about signal versus noise for a little bit. When it comes to Sosua's future, there is a lot of noise. And let's be clear, while we're still in the middle of the slowdown season, the crackdown has undeniably killed tourism in the short term. But the real question isn't whether Sosúa is hurting now. It's whether the future of tourism has been killed indefinitely, or if this is simply a painful transition before the next chapter. So let's cut through the noise and focus on the signals, the ones that are clear, undeniable truths that actually point to what's happening beneath the surface. Signal number one, the beaches. Sosúa Bay may not have endless coastline like Punta Cana, but what it does have is incredible value. The beaches here are smaller, more intimate, and far more limited. And that scarcity drives value. Punta Cana's explosion was built on its open, flat land, and which is limited coastline. Look at Sosúa. It doesn't have that same luxury. What it has instead is proximity, and that's where the next major signal comes in. Number two is proximity and location. This might be the most important signal to pay attention to because it's the one that helps you put the entire puzzle together. The one that explains why Sosúa's location could make it one of the most strategic places in the country for long-term growth. Sosúa sits at the perfect midpoint on the north coast, just 15 minutes from Puerto Plata Airport and about an hour and a half from Santiago, which will soon drop to under 30 minutes once the Amber Coast Highway is complete. And unlike Punta Cana, Sosúa isn't dependent on one airport. Travelers can land in Puerto Plata Airport or Santiago or even Santo Domingo, then reach Sosúa easily by car or by bus. That flexibility is a major advantage for tourism and investment. To understand why that matters, let's look at the blueprint that was made by Punta Cana before it exploded. The entire success of Punta Cana was built around one nucleus, its private international airport. When Frank Ranieri built the first hotel there, everything radiated outward from that single hub. Once the airport opened, development followed. Resorts, highways, residential zones, all expanding outward from the center. Even today, Ranieri's family and his company is Grupo Punta Cana. They still own and operate the airport and much of the surrounding resorts in that land. It's one of the most successful tourism ecosystems in the Caribbean. And it doesn't escape my mind for a second that some of the same groups who built Punta Cana are now deeply involved in the North Coast revival. Business people really know opportunities more than regular people. They see it, and they don't move without a plan. For example, Malaya Hotels and Grupo Punta Cana recently inked an agreement together to develop the first hotel in Punta Bergantin, featuring roughly 300 rooms and branded residences under the name Malaya Hotels. If the same people who transformed Punta Cana into the juggernaut it is today are now investing in the North Coast, we can assume that they're bringing a proven playbook with them. And at the center of the strategy, I believe Puerto Plata Airport will be most important. Just like Punta Cana's airport, it jump-started its boom. Puerto Plata's airport could do the same, especially if private investors and government initiatives are working together to attract more airlines, increase flight frequency, and lower fares.